Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. Today's episode is another cooking episode, of course, and we are making a coconut curry dish. Very delicious. I'm going to continue setting up because I'm running a little late today. Had to send out some emails. So let me just set up my computer and get some ingredients. Okay, I will. Okay, guys, so we're going to need an onion, butternut squash, cauliflower. I got my rice here. Go into my top drawer, get out my rice cooker, plug that in. If I can. I'm live streaming.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's in. Okay, so I'm going to make the rice, and instead of just, I need to be more specific for you viewers who are learning how to cook and don't know how to cook. So I'm going to actually use measuring measuring cups and stuff. So I don't want anyone to mess up. Okay, so I have my little measuring cup. This is really cool. You have your little guides here. That is half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon, and you can basically move it. That's a teaspoon side, and over here, this is your tablespoon side. So this is 1 tablespoon, half a tablespoon, I think. That's half a tablespoon there, right? So that's 1 tablespoon, half a tablespoon. Pretty cool. I love that. We're going to need that for a bit, and I'm also going to use a little cup. We're going to measure out the rice. So we have 6 people. Let's do 1, 2, 3 cups of brown rice. And we're going to rinse it in cold water. try to pour out the water without losing any of the rice, of course. So I just kind of do that. Oops, lost a few grains there. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so 3 cups of rice. We're going to put in 1 cup. Three cups of water. More. 4 cups of water. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to also add a teaspoon, just a sprinkle of some salt, some sea salt. And I'm also going to put in a little bit of olive oil, so like a tablespoon, not even. And I'm going to close that. I'm going to press start. That's simple. Okay, so now I'm going to cut up my veggies. So I have to show you the different coconut oils, coconut milks that are on the market and which one I like to use. So some of the varieties that we have in the stores, there's one called Rooster. This one, if you look, it has 16 grams of fat per 3/4 cup, per a third cup. So 16 grams of fat. This one by Grace is only 11 grams of fat. The Aroid D has 15 grams of fat. So I like to use the fattier one, the one with more fat content. So this Rooster one is actually a really good one. And I also like to use these ones as well. So, and it just means that there's more water in the one that has less fat, which means it won't be as creamy or thick. And so for this sauce, we want it to be creamy and thick, so we're going to use the heavier full fat version of coconut milk. And we're going to need 2 cans. Okay, I'm going to take out some knives. Compost bin. Working very well. There we go. All right. Cutting board. So first, I'm going to chop an onion. I'm going to get some bowls as well. So for the onion, I'm going to cut the ends off. lengthwise in half. Remove the top brown layer. And for this, we're going to dice. So down lengthwise. And then turn it 90, and let's do maybe a third. Oh, we're also going to need some ginger for this. Lots of ginger is very important for this dish. This one's kind of small, so I'm just going to cut it in half. It's fine. Okay. My dog. Okay. It's very important to I forget what I was going to say. It's very important to start cooking the rice first because it takes almost an hour to cook. So you don't want to, do other stuff and then do that. Do that first. Okay. So I have a nice piece of large ginger here. I'm just going to peel it. You can use the peeler if you want. It is easier. So. Okay. And I'm going to do little matchstick chops on them. So I'm going to cut this big piece in half. I think you can see. You can see. Okay. And then cutting it with the grain. Take that stock. Here we have matchsticks. We're going to cook this with the onion. Lots of ginger. Nice. Okay, now I'm going to cut up. Okay, so for the butternut squash, I like to use a thicker, heavier duty knife. It's cutting way easier. Now, before I peel it, I guess I can peel it first. You can use a peeler. It's a little difficult, so sometimes I don't use the peeler. Sometimes I actually use a knife. What I do, I usually cut it in near the sort of like not in the middle, but near this this edge. That's where all the seeds are. Okay. And then from here, I actually just, with my knife skills, I kind of peel them this way. Now it's not the easiest thing, so if you start, you can actually continue to finish off with the peeler. To wear my apron. Got my shirt dirty. Okay. There. Okay, one down. Okay. That's the easiest. There's like no real easy way to do this. Okay, well that's not as bad. Okay. I need to there's a spoon. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this in half and take out the seeds with the spoon here. Okay, so now I'm going to cut them into cubes, so dice. So I'm going to cut it lengthwise. And then into cubes. Bite size. About the size of dice. Oops. And again, I'm using the heavier knife here. Okay, and then for this, you're going to cut them into half-inch discs, if you will. And I'm going to, let's see. Okay, squash is done. Some more cauliflower. Again, pretty time consuming because we're going to cut up each floret. Give this a quick rinse. Cutting out the core. Okay. And then, like yesterday's video, where I made the Indian Frankie wraps, I'm going to do little florets. I'm gonna need to start cooking soon. It's almost 9. Oh yeah, we're gonna need all of this because the cauliflower really reduces down. So oops. Okay, I think it'll take me less than 5 minutes to do the rest of these. So I can try to start cooking. So I'm gonna get my big Dutch oven pot, turn that up to 6. I'm gonna use some coconut oil. Gonna need 2 spoons, one for the garlic, one for the oil. I'm gonna cut up. I'm gonna open up my coconut milk. Okay, set that aside. Just gonna take the lid off without making a mess. Okay, this should be hot. And once it gets to a good temperature, okay, so the steam is a little close to the cabinet, so I'm going to just turn that around. There we go. So 1 tablespoon into a hot pan. Actually, I think I need more. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. Okay, and I'm going to cook my onion and ginger with a spatula. Normally I would run the vent fan, but it's pretty loud. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, just a little bit, because we're going to need more when we add the squash. So for about 3 minutes, not even a couple minutes. Just before they start turning brown, I'm now going to add my squash. I'm gonna salt and pepper. Well, I know I said I was gonna use measurements, but I don't know. Salt and pepper is kind of like, I'll just do it till I kind of coat them a little bit. Okay. Let's stir that in. And we're gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. So in the meantime, I'm gonna finish my cauliflower. Notice I have not put in my garlic yet. I'm gonna do that a little later. I don't want them to burn. Speaking of burning, now's a good time to go back. Stir, scrape the bottom of the pan, mix it all in. And go back, finish this up. Of course, you can just start earlier and cut up all the veggies first. I try to do all this in under an hour, start to finish. Okay. Go back and stir. Mmm. Now it's a good time to add in the garlic. So again, about a tablespoon. And stir that in. Okay. I'm going to add the cauliflower now. Stir that in. Let that cook. I'm gonna gather my spices. Okay, we're gonna use some cumin, coriander, cardamom, what else? We'll use some turmeric. That's good. Give this another quick stir. Now that we've added the garlic in, I don't want the garlic to burn, sit on the pan too long without being moved around. This also helps cook the cauliflower more evenly and preventing the bottom of the pan from burning. Okay, I need to add more salt. And I'm going to use a little bowl. Okay, so we're going to use 2 tablespoons of cumin, 2, and then we're going to use half a teaspoon of cardamom, half a teaspoon of coriander, and let's say a tablespoon of turmeric. That. The bottom of the pan is getting brown. So I want to add my spices in real quick and incorporate them. Just lightly toast them and cover the veggies with it. I'll show you what it looks like. You're so far away. And now I'm going to add the coconut milk. Stir that in and bring it to a boil. Oh my goodness. This looks so good. What? Now you can add other veggies in here if you'd like. You can add zucchini. You can add peppers. I wouldn't add broccoli. Maybe even green beans, but we're not actually done with the ingredients. So I like to make this a little bit more protein packed. So I'm going to add some cubed tofu, some firm tofu. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to use one package. Alright, so now that I hear that it's boiling, give that a stir. And if it continues to boil, I'm going to lower the heat to about a 3. Yeah, that looks good. Let's slightly cover it. I got my tofu here. Because we're adding it to something wet, I don't bother drying it. So I'm going to cut it lengthwise. We're going to do small cubes. Oh, I can lower that. So lengthwise once, lengthwise again. So into quarters. Put it up on one side, cut it down again lengthwise, down the middle, then lay it down. I'm going to cut it in half. From there, in half, and then again in half. And I'm going to put the tofu in now so that the tofu can be incorporated with the curry. There. Stir that in. Of course, you can add chicken if you are not making this vegetarian. But here at the center, I don't really buy meat. I don't cook it, so okay. There we go. And we're going to let that cook for 20 minutes. Once 15 minutes is up, I'm going to add a cup of green peas, frozen, and we're going to add about 4 cups of spinach, so a half a big or small container of spinach, fresh spinach. We're going to toss that in there so it doesn't take as long to cook. And then we're going to serve it over some rice. It's going to be delicious. will need to stir. You will need to stir the pot every so often. And make sure that it is simmering. So maybe not simmering enough for me. I'm going to turn it up to 4. I'll take the peas out. So I have, we're going to use this entire container. And about a cup of peas. Oops. I don't know if there's enough worth saving, so we're just going to use the whole package. Just a little bit more than a cup. No biggie. Now I hear it boiling. Let's turn it down. Give it another stir. Partially close the lid. I'm going to check on the rice. Oh, looks ready. Yes, we're almost done. Super easy. Just going to tidy up a little bit. I think I want to give this a quick taste. Now we're just waiting. Today is Saturday, and there's a local volunteer that comes and is giving Bante food done up. And so I'll let her do the food for Bante and cook for the rest of the house. Maybe I'll still give him a fruit bowl. And his vitamins, of course. Okay, vitamins. And give him some prunes. That's a 6 piece of. Some mixed nuts. No, the apples are not for you. Not yet. Some yogurt. Okay, Let's take a look at this. Oh, yes. Stop. Let's take a look at if it's ready by taking a fork and punching it through a piece of squash. Oh, looks like it came apart nicely. It's nice and it's still firm. Yeah, but okay, so that's ready. That's how we know if it's ready. Okay. Now we're going to add that box of spinach and frozen peas. Okay. That's the rice. Just on time. And we're just going to now stir that in. So basically trying to get the spinach into the sauce near the bottom of the pan so that it starts to wilt and cook. Top to bottom. Bottom to top. There you go. Stuff it to the bottom of the pan. Perfect. Now we're going to add about a cup of peas. Stir that in. You see this? Look how beautiful that looks. Oh my goodness. And I'm trying to do this all by myself. I don't have a videographer. I don't have a producer in my ear talking to me. Okay, so now we're going to bring that back up to a boil because the frozen peas are going to reduce the temperature slightly. And we do have some organic pure lemon and lime juice. And we're going to add about a tablespoon, a splash of each. Not too much. Important to shake that sediment at the bottom. And of course, stir that in. Now to garnish, you can use chopped cilantro. I don't have any more. It didn't look all that appetizing at the store, so I didn't buy any, but normally I like to chop some and put some in there and also garnish on top. But also sometimes people don't really like cilantro, so but it is packed full of nutrients, things like herbs and such. So if it was only cooking for, one or two people or just maybe myself, I would add the cilantro. And that's it. We are done. We'll cook that for another 3 minutes. Serve that over a bowl of rice. You got yourself some coconut curry. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the recipe. Until next time, bye for now.